residential wood burning in their neighborhood. New Jersey homeowners could do more to reduce pollution. They must embrace heat pumps. AOL.com. The fossil fuel HVAC systems we use to heat our homes are also driving up energy bills across New Jersey, according to a recent report by the OCA. Excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 organization. Last summer, many of us in New Jersey found ourselves retreating indoors as the skies filled with smoke from the Canadian wildfires. This smoke carried particulate matter, PM2.5, nitrogen oxides, NOx, and a whole host of other pollutants that are harmful to our health. Even though the smoke dissipated, millions of New Jersey residents continue to breathe in unhealthy outdoor air. A new piece of legislation introduced by State Senators Bob Smith and Andrew Zwicker would finally make a dent in this health-harming pollution by helping our most vulnerable community members receive a relatively new yet proven home upgrade: heat pumps. The fossil fuel HVAC systems we use to heat our homes are also driving up energy bills across New Jersey. According to a recent report by the Acadia Center, year after year, New Jerseyans who switch from gas to highly efficient heat pumps can save money in every utility territory. If households couple this investment with weatherization and improved energy efficiency, customers save as much as 69% on their annual energy bills. The National Renewable Energy Laboratory released similar findings earlier this year, concluding that between 62% and 95% of households nationwide would see a drop in their energy bills by using a heat pump. 1C, New York. ROSEP View. This article ignores the financial hardship imposed on your neighbors of indoor residential wood burners. 5. To expand into detail beyond the OCA's 4 pillars. 5th, consider not just the healthcare costs to governments of air pollution due to wood burning. There are also personal financial costs to near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners. A. Personal protective equipment such as ski goggles or other goggles that protect eyes, COVID-era face masks covering the nose and mouth, and gloves, long sleeves and long pants to protect the skin against irritation from wood smoke. B. Air purifiers inside the home. C. Purple air PM2.5 monitors outside. D. Healthcare costs. E. Insurance costs. F. Funeral costs. G. Cost of loss of half of efficiency of a near neighbor's installed solar panels when wood smoke infiltrates the near neighbor's yard. Smullen works to protect wood burning for fuel. Oneida dispatch wood burning for heating and fuel for generations. While the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act has set forth goals to lower Central New York, Assemblyman Robert Smullen, R.C. Mohawk Valley and the Adirondacks, is working to protect the rights of New York families who have relied on wood burning for heating and fuel for generations. 1E. ROSEP View. 4. Solution. The solution to the air pollution from indoor residential wood burning would be to simply pass a federal law that outlines the system for targeting, tracking, and enforcing shutdown of polluting indoor residential wood burning above Environmental Protection Agency, National Ambient Air Quality Standards, EPA NOx, or future more strict standards better applicable to making a real change from polluted air to clean air that can be seen as a real asset, a financial asset in the view of the World Bank, South Dakota, and 21 other United States governors. Cox among 22 Republican governors urging pause to new EPA air quality rule standard examiner. Particulate matter is scheduled to take effect May 6th. So much of the PM2.5 that we experience in Utah comes from wildfires, which are typically. Governor Noem and colleagues oppose Biden and EPA's air quality standards. New South Dakota State News. Pierre, South Dakota. Today, Governor Kristi Noem and 21 of her fellow Republican governors urged the Environmental Protection Agency under the Biden 1F ROSEP View. It is not right to say wood smoke is good smoke, to say the least. Canada. Canadian conservationists push emission limits for wildfire reduction. Wildfire Today. The new research does not go so far to say that wood smoke is good smoke, but they do use my new January 30th, 2010. Fire. Cascade, South Dakota. 1G, ROSEP View. Open waste burning is unnecessary and pollutes the air, to the detriment to the world and Greenland itself. Open waste burning in Greenland linked to air pollution, waste, and recycling. To better understand the air quality risks faced by remote Arctic communities, an international team monitored aerial pollutants at a community in 1H, ROSEP View. Wildfire in the Arctic is fueled by climate change, which is often fueled by indoor residential wood burning. Arctic wildfire. Large transboundary health impact of Arctic wildfire smoke, communications, earth, and environment, nature. These fires lead to substantial deterioration in summer air quality in the region, with a factor 4 increase in summer fine particulate matter, PM2.5. 1I, ROSEP View. A honey company's wood burning smoke pollutes yards of near neighbors, as indoor residential wood burning also does. Australia. Tasmania. Fed up, residents want Tasmanian honey companies' smoke to buzz off. The examiner Mr. Wolfhagen said that the wood heater is only used for about 3 or 4 months of the year and doesn't burn all year round. The council has been 1J1, ROSEP View. ROSEP is heartened by readers' support for a wood burning ban in Scotland. Those, and other articles about Scotland, who cite economics for continuing to burn would ignore the subsidies for heat pumps that are offered to residents around the world in 2024. Beginning to use a heat pump immediately lowers monthly heating bills. Electrical connections are available to all homes in Scotland. Readers' letters, support for wood burning ban, Gaza, NHS and Jacobite steam train controversy. The Scotsman. Excerpts edited by ROSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 organization. Communities Against Wood Smoke welcomes the recent legislation regarding the banning of polluting heating systems such as wood-burning stoves in. It makes sense from an environmental and health perspective to move away from the archaic burning of our rapidly declining woods and forests. The capacity of mature trees to store carbon cannot be underestimated, and to cut these trees down and release decades of stored carbon into the atmosphere in one short burst is completely contradictory to the Scottish government's pledge to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. With the majority of new-build homes being built by large property developers resulting in very densely populated housing schemes in order to maximize profit and space, mean that new-build houses are built in very close proximity to each other. For one householder to install a wood-burning stove in this kind of situation means that the householder and many of their neighbors are going to experience a severe reduction in the quality of air they breathe on a daily basis, which will result in poor health. These health impacts were laid out in the recent report from Asthma and Lung UK Scotland. Whilst this new legislation for new build houses is good news for those of us who want to breathe clean air in the future, we do need legislation to address wood burning in existing properties currently. https://www.dissemin.com/news/environment/wood burner ban crofters and remote communities face tougher lives as centralized Scottish government ignores rural needs. Wood burning continues to be a significant source of pollution in cities, towns, and villages, with regulations and monitoring being virtually non-existent. The rise in popularity of wood burning and the increase in its use mean that similar measures must be taken at this time if we are to seriously address net zero and the effects of air pollution on public health. We learned our lesson many years ago from the burning of coal and the severe impact it had on health, the effects of which are still around today in many people. Wood burning has been linked to a wide range of diseases, which is why we need legislation on this issue now. Letter writer, Communities Against Wood Smoke. 1J2, Scotland's wood burning rules explained as ban comes into force. Yahoo News UK. Scotland's wood burning rules explained as ban comes into force. Daily Record. Friday, April 12, 2024, Scotland's wood burning rules. 1J, Scotland. Idiot who states everything backwards. 1J3, these powerful inspired idiots will take us back to the Stone Age. Shift sovereign, no more wood burning stoves, because the smoke will pollute the air. So basically everyone in northern climates should just freeze to death or Scotland. Articles alphabetical by publication title. Scotland. 1J2, 1 Camley's cartoon. The ban on wood burning stoves. The Herald. Stephen Camley's take on the ban on wood burning stoves and new builds. Framed prints of Stephen Camley's cartoons are available by calling 019-1603. 1K4. If only we had reasonable persons in the Scottish government. The Herald. Reading today's letters about the ban on wood burning stoves in new homes and continuing concerns about how the hate crime laws are interpreted. 1J5. No near end in sight for Scotland's weekly culture wars. The Herald. A so-called ban on wood burning stoves came as a surprise to former government ministers and residents alike. 1J6, Scotland. Kate Forbes. Wood burner ban is an unnecessary hurdle for our rural communities. The National. I know of several householders, often older residents, who have unblocked chimneys and installed wood burners precisely because of a lack of. 1J6, Scotland. Kate Forbes, former finance minister. 1J7. Rural Business Organisation calls for better rural proofing of policies in wake of Wood Roshire Journal. Scottish Land and Estates has called for better rural proofing of policies in the wake of the debacle over a ban on wood burning stoves in new. 1K, Rosepview. This article from Denmark remarks that labeling wood burning as renewable and clean is greenwashing and is dangerous nonsense. Another update on the continuous challenge of greenwashing, Lexology. In fact, the Danish Environmental Protection Agency has found, in the context of the case before the Consumer Ombudsman, wood burning stoves to be 1L, Rosepview. Wood burning cookstoves are being replaced by more clean wood burning cookstoves, a mitigation attempt in Africa and Kenya. Hopefully in the future these cleaner wood burning cookstoves will be replaced by truly clean heat pumps or solar stoves. Feature. Smokeless Jiko lighting way to greener future of Kenya. Shinhua. Surprisingly, the cookstove did not emit any smoke, as one would expect with any wood-fueled Jiko. This is a smokeless cookstove, and it is very 1M, Rosepview. Wood burning cookstoves are being replaced by more clean liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, cookstoves, an attempt at mitigation of health denying wood burning air pollution in Bangladesh. Hopefully in the future these cleaner wood burning cookstoves will be replaced by truly clean heat pumps or solar stoves. Bangladesh. The Kopi is an Upjala of Khulna district in the division of Khulna, Bangladesh. Coastal villagers shifted to LPG from Sundarban's firewood, the Daily Star, starting from lighting the chula, a traditional wood-fired clay stove, to sitting by it amid smoke and heat, the homemaker from Khulna's to Kopi. Headlines. 1 in India, Guwahati. How Guwahati air emerged as world's second most polluted. The probe environment. The open burning of waste, road dust from vehicles, and construction activities are causing particulate matter pollution in Guwahati. Infia, Guwahati. How Guwahati's air became world's second most polluted. The Wire. PM 2.5, fine particulate matter 30 times, finer than human hair, can enter the bloodstream leading to severe health issues. India. Spinned previously. India, Hyderabad. Junction pollution hits localites hard. Study Hyderabad News. Times of India. Hyderabad. People living or working within a kilometer radius of major traffic intersections are at a higher risk of exposure to air pollution. Unuo, Thailand, Chiang Mai. Thick smog obscures sky over northern Thailand. Watch. MSN. PM 2.5 pollution have soared from 20.3 per 100,000 people in 2010 to 30.7 in 2019. Associate Professor Kalerm Lizasakal of Chiang Mai. 1P1, PM 2.5 and atrial fibrillation. Environmental exposum and atrial fibrillation. Emerging evidence and future directions. AHA journals. There has been increased awareness of the linkage between environmental exposures and cardiovascular health and disease. Atrial fibrillation is 1P2, PM 2.5 and regulation by KDM5A. ScienceDirect.com. Prenatal. PM 2.5 exposure causes downregulation of KDM5A expression in offspring hippocampus. PM 2.5 leads to inhibition of the SHH pathway and